Well, it's project time again on 1720 Key West. I'm going to be replacing the trolling motor plug this morning. I discovered 2 weeks ago that the plug that I put in 3 years ago has already started to fail. That's a Marinco 3-prong plug. When I went to use the trolling motor, it kept cutting out. The plug was very warm when I went to remove it, which tells me that it's arcing inside, not getting a good connection. What I'm going to be replacing it with, gosh, I don't know if I already mentioned it, is a battery tender plug. These are supposed to be the best thing, the greatest and latest. I've already opened it up and looked at it. It's a well-designed unit. It uses 1/4 inch studs for all the connections. I've got the number 10 heat shrink adhesive connections for the trolling motor side of the wiring, and I've got battery lugs number 8s to crimp onto the wiring that's already inside the deck. Key West installed 6 AWG wiring from the factory. I had previously reduced it down to 8, so this should be an easy job to do. Let's take it in stages. Looks like I put a really good coating of 4000. I hope it's 4000 and not something stronger. Alright. Oh boy. This is going to be fun.
Using a plastic, what do you call these things? I don't know. Wall scraper, so I don't damage the...
There we go. Gel coat. And there's the plug. Got more wire than I thought I had back there. That's good. Great. Had a problem. This is messy. Very gummy. That's done. Wires are still tight. That's good. Alright, I'm going to clean up some of this residue on these wires just so that I don't keep getting this gummy feeling on my fingers. Alright, I'm not going to clamp the wires. I'm going to see if I can't clean this up a little bit. Okay, the area is cleaned up real good. I'm ready to see how this plug is going to go in here. Take a look at this battery tender unit. This is a very well constructed plug. This is the back side of the part that will go here. This is the trolling motor side. You can see how the attachment lugs are made. They're serrated, and as they pull down, they clamp down here. It only goes one way. You can tell here. It won't go this way. It goes this way. You stick it in, turn the knob, and the knob locks in place and clamps that in place. 1/4 inch lugs on the back, and the same are inside. You have to take this cover apart to attach here. Let's see. This is going to go this way. I hope that's going to cover up that hole. That's a pretty big hole I've got there. I hope it does. I got to work on that a little bit. Got to figure out how that's going to come, how that's going to play out. Well, that's a 1.5 inch hole there. As best I can determine. And this plug is just barely going to cover that. It is just barely going to cover it. And there's no room for a mistake. Shoot. Wouldn't you know it? All right, I'm going to have to drop this down inside these wires. I got to take them off of this plug and drop them down inside so that I can try to cut this. That's where the hole's got to go. That's where the starter will be. Alright, let me go get my hole saw. Cut a hole. Okay, well, it looks like I lost both my cameras when I walked away. So what you did not see me do, well, I'm not sure. You may not have seen me drill this hole, or put the crimp the lugs onto the 8-gauge wire and heat shrink them, not only to make sure it's a waterproof connection, this is tinned copper, but also to provide a little bit of extra strain relief. Sorry about that. I wasn't paying attention when I came back from getting the drill. Alright, these are 10mm nuts, and these are 1/4 inch lugs. It's probably not exact match, but it's probably something smaller. I don't know what the next smallest size is right off, but you can see that they fit very well. Alright, let's get these clamped down. big enough. And I'm afraid this one's going to be too big. I may have to get a bigger screw for that side. I hate to do that. I'll make a repair later on, but that's it for now. So that part of it is done. Now I just need to get the trolling motor connections done, and I'll do that in the garage. Sure. Okay, I'm in the garage now. This is the battery tender plug that goes to the trolling motor. Take this apart. You take this old plug apart, connect the wires up. Very well marked. And again, these are 10mm nuts on these studs. Well, that doesn't look good. You see where it got awfully hot. I'm not making a good connection. And I'm just going to cut those wires off. Number 10 1/4" ring connectors, and you should know by now that the only thing I use are adhesive heat shrink. And there's my two crimped connectors.
And they are sealed.
There you go.
Oh, tight there with that screw knob.
Little backer bar on it. Some little screws that have something to screw into. And there we are. She's done.